in two of the schools that I work in. I teach weightlifting. It's an actual class. I have students in both classes. One school I have like 14 kids. The other class I have 4 or 5 in. And I work out with them. I teach them how to lift properly. I do all this type of training because my job is to protect you. I show them every day in these classes. And that's really worked well in my schools is these kids respond well to it. The teachers and the staff respond well to it because I'm practicing what I preach. I love teaching. I actually went to college to be a teacher prior to being in law enforcement. And so I love teaching. The online world, 100% the online world. It is constantly changing. There's nefarious people on that online world. They understand that now we are, I don't want to say hardening our schools, but we are. We're hardening our schools. We're putting into place school resource officers that can get the job done. We're putting in those warriors. We're putting in barriers. We're putting in all these fail safes to try to make it harder to access these schools for people that want to do harm. But the online world is just wide open. We try to learn as much as we can, but as soon as we get something learned and figured out, it's changed. Trying to stay as far upstream in that knowledge base as we can is very difficult. Getting teachers on board and getting staff on board, the online world is a big threat right now. If you see something that doesn't look right on the online world, it probably isn't. And so I really think not only educate the students, but educate the staff and teachers that, hey, we need to be paying attention. We need to be cognizant of what's going on. That's probably the biggest uphill battle that we face as school resource officers today. My first and foremost hope is that we get more school resource officers, and we get more school resource officers in the rural setting. All too often in Montana, we hear about the big double A's, and rightly so. They're the ones that are a lot of times in the spotlight, good and bad, but there are a lot of rural schools. And then you get into my situation where you're responsible for 3, 4, 5 different schools where you try to spend at least a day, at least a half a day in one school, if not a full day in the schools. There's kind of this juxtaposition right now where schools are like, well, maybe we just need a security officer. No, you don't. You need somebody that can connect with the students, connect with the staff, connect with the parents. I think it's important to recognize how necessary it is for school resource officers to be involved in the schools and not just quote unquote security guards, because yes, you have to be that warrior, but you also have to recognize those small mental manifestations and changes in behavior that might happen when somebody's getting bullied online or somebody's having issues at home and they don't want to project those out at school, but you can recognize those things. We're trained to recognize body behavior. Security guards aren't. Security guards are there to guard the building. Entry points, access points, let people in, let people out, right? It's not their job to recognize those minute behavior changes because a kid's having a bad day or because mom or dad happened to get arrested the night before. I just want to make sure that the school districts and law enforcement agencies across the state recognize the need for a school resource officer and not just somebody attending who comes in and who comes out. Be involved and learn every day. School resource officers are in a unique position. We get to be proactive and not reactive. Law enforcement, so much of our job is always reactive, going to solve somebody's problems when it's already happened. A school resource officer has the opportunity to be proactive. We can educate, we can mentor, so when that bad instance or incident happens, they can make a different decision possibly and have a better outcome, even if it's one kid, just by the way that you present yourself as a human being, as an adult, as a mentor, as that teacher, as that law enforcement officer, as that warrior. Just projecting that can change somebody's course. If you get to change one thing in one person, then you've done your job, right? I would tell somebody who's new is enjoy the ride, want to learn, want to excel, and want to truly make a difference because you can.